Found the target.
Good, yeah.
Should I take him out?
Of course not. You're supposed to help him.
What? My name is Robert Emeraro.
My name is Hawk.
My name is Tiger.
My name is Blowfish.
My name is Eagle.
My name is Armadillo.
And we are Mr. Quilt. It was in my senior
we
year
are
of high school
Mr.
back in
Quilt.
74. And the Vietnam
And
War
we
was still going
I'm
strong.
Mr. Quilt.
I had joined the Air Force during the Vietnam War. I wanted to fly helicopters and get as many of my fellow soldiers the hell out of there.
I spent my whole life studying the martial arts. I moved to the States and joined the military to do my part defending my new home. At least, that's what I thought.
I like blowing stuff up. I figured the military would appreciate my enthusiasm.
I always had good aim. I thought being a sniper would be where I fit in.
I love driving big old things, so I thought the Army Artillery Division would be heaven for me.
I was working on my helicopter when a courier came to see me.
Excuse me, are you Mr.
I was training in the gym. Yeah! Hua! Yeah! Hua! Yeah! When the courier came in.
Excuse me, Mr.
I was on a testing field testing explosives. Yes! When the courier came.
Excuse me, Mr.
What?
I was at the firing range when the courier found me.
Excuse me, Mr.
I was working on a tank when the courier come in.
Excuse me, Mr.
Our names were redacted for safety. The courier gave us the following message.
Our
names
names
were
were
redacted
redacted
for
for
safety.
safety.
Select to join in
Courier
for
came
next
in.
time.
My name's
Help
redacted
more
for
efforts.
safety.
Or
The
two.
courier gave us the following
Redacted
message.
at 0600 hours.
I showed up to a bunker outside of training camp.
I was surprised when I entered the bunker.
I had never seen these men in my life.
And I couldn't help but be suspicious.
We started talking among ourselves.
When our new commander entered.
Hello, boys.
The courier was a big burly bastard. Probably why he was made the commander of our little club.
Bear briefed us on what our mission would be.
My name is Bear. It's the only name you need to know me by. I'm going to be your daddy, your mommy, and your god. Is that understood? We all agreed.
Yes, sir.
Meanwhile, I was starting my senior year of high school. It started
Yes,
normally
sir.
enough. I fought through the halls with other students.
Yes, sir!
I took my tests. And I ate lunch. All the typical teenager things until the storm hit.
I flew the team, the stagehands, in on our first mission. I landed it outside of the enemy fortress.
I took my position in some bushes.
I loaded the tank's gun.
I planted explosives around the perimeter. I
perched in a tree and watched some guards walking around the perimeter.
So I sat.
And got ready.
To take out
Any who would escape. Attack! I shouted into my radio. Roger! I rolled out in my tank.
I saw soldiers pouring out of the camp. I took aim. Roger. I fired the first shot.
I heard Eagle's rifle shot, which was my signal. I charged toward a small group of soldiers. They saw me, but it was too late.
As I heard the gunshots, the tiger mauling his prey, I figured that was my signal to light up my target. I had gotten far enough away to activate the charges.
Let's go! Once the attack was over, I flew the team out. And as I was doing so, I saw something in the wreckage of the camp we attacked that made me curious. It was an American flag.
I woke up and went downstairs to see Mom making some lunch. Hey, Mom. Mom took a moment from what she was doing to look up at me.
Hey, honey,
Can I have... Before I could finish, Mom had thrust a bag into my hands.
lunch is ready.
She gave me a little glare.
You better be too, young man.
I am. I looked around. Where's Dad? Mom merely gave me a look. She didn't have to say it. Ugh. He's still not home? Mom shrugged.
Oh, sorry, hon.
Ugh. Did you guys get divorced and forget to tell me? Mom gave me a glare that pierced my soul.
Don't look at me like that, Robert.
He said he would help me with my biology homework.
What do you want me to tell you? His work is really important.
But Mom gave me another wicked glare.
Do you really have time to argue with me and make the bus?
I glared back at her, although she was less threatened by it, as I stormed out. Ugh.
I tried to ask Bear about our last mission, but the answer I got was,
Above your pay grade.
I told the others of my concern.
What?
An American flag?
That can't be.
We're attacking our own people?
I ran to the bus stop. Ugh. Please wait. Please wait.
I was asked to join Bear in a private room.
I heard you had a bit of a problem with the last mission.
Knew I was in trouble. I composed myself during the talk, although inside I was shaking to my core. Yes, I noticed that the camp we attacked had an American flag. I felt we were ordered to attack our own men. That can't be right. Can it? Bear gave me a stern look.
It seems we need to correct you.
I stared at Bear in confusion. What? Bear yelled over his shoulder.
Cobra!
Good evening, Mr. Hawk.
I don't know what it was, but this man seemed familiar, although I couldn't remember seeing this man before in my life. Hello?
Let our session begin.
Session?
I got to the bus stop in time. In time to watch the bus drive off. Oh, come on!
After my meeting with Cobra, I couldn't remember what my complaint was going to be. I just knew we had a new mission.
I ran all the way to school.
I gave the team a ride in my tank.
I heard the bell in the distance. Damn. I was going to be late. Little did I know that that would be the least of my problems.
We had been sent on a mission to investigate a camp that was talking to a voodoo priest.
I ran through the empty halls. No.
Made our way as far as we could, much to Armadillo's chagrin. Better got arrested away on foot.
I ran into class, where everyone was glaring at me. Most of all, my teacher.
Glad you could join us, Mr. Emeraro.
Sorry.
I felt naked without my tank. Well, I had my trusty M16. Wasn't the same as a tank gun.
I understood how Armadillo felt. I hated not being in the air.
We made our way to a hut. I smiled as I found the perfect spot. I'm going to set up here.
I thought Eagle was insane to set up shop in this swamp. But as I listened for any potential date, all I heard was something that sent chills down my spine. Silence.
I was writing furiously, trying to make up for the time I lost on the test.
I had my rifle set up as the rest of the troop continued toward the shack. My attention was so focused on the shack. Too late. And I heard something behind me. What the? I flipped onto my back and looked up at to find walking corpses shambling towards me. No! 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 They piled onto me. And all went
I was scrambling to finish my test, and everyone heard the alarm. Huh?
We turned around to see walking corpses tearing eagle apart. What the hell? I turned as I heard something to my side. Whoa. The monsters rushed me. That was the last thing I saw.
We had done storm drills.
Find cover!
That stuff went out the window when an actual storm hit.
I watched the corpses pile on Armadillo. Armadillo! I tried to run to his aid, but I felt a hand grab my shoulder. Huh? I turned around to see a walking corpse holding on to me, moaning in my face. The attack happened so fast. I only had time to scream. Ah!
We ran into the hallway.
The corpses kept coming. I fought them as long as I could. But eventually I succumbed.
We heard the tornado rage outside.
That was all that was left after them corpses ate the teeth. I thought I had gotten far enough. But I was moving wrong as one of the corpses jumped out of nowhere and tackled me. More of these walking corpses came out of the bushes and piled on me, tearing into me. Before everything went dark, I pulled the pins from my grenades.
We made our way down the hallway, desperately trying to get away from the windows. We piled into the nearest bathrooms. I was about to enter when I heard, "Help!" I looked back to see one of my classmates, Mary, had fallen during the panic. She was near a wall of windows. I could see the tornado creeping closer. Like an idiot, I decided to be a hero. I ran over to Mary. "Hold on!" I tried to get her to her feet. "Come on, get up!" But she would just keep falling back to the floor. "I can't." I looked down to see that she had broken her ankle. Oh, damn. I turned around to see the tornado coming closer. I had seconds to make a decision and act. I grabbed Mary by her shirt and pants and slid her across the floor away from the window. I slid her out of the way. I wasn't so lucky as the window exploded, sending me flying backwards into the wall and shards of glass into my body. I was racked with pain until the darkness took me. I woke up in a strange room on a metal slab.
I woke up in a
I
strange
stood
room.
up. My head was killing me. As I raised my hand to hold my head, I was horrified to find it wasn't my hand.
It was my hand. However, the left hand.
It was my left hand. I looked down at my torso, which also wasn't mine.
I looked at my torso that rested upon two mismatched legs.
And the left was mine.
The right leg was mine.
I couldn't find a part that belonged to me until I realized I was the brain. I wandered through this facility that looked as if it had been abandoned for years. I found a control room that looked in on the room I awoke from. What is this? I found an old, beat-up journal on the control panel. I started reading it. It belonged to my father.
Journal of Dr. Giulio Emeraro, December 7th, 1973. My project was approved. This was wonderful news. The grant alone would help my family for years to come. It took me years of convincing. I guess I couldn't understand. I doubted I would get too many volunteers, but once they saw a successful solo squad soldier in action, they would be high in demand. I just had to wait on volunteers. Journal of Dr. Giulio Emeraro, February 10th, 1974. It took some time, but in the meantime, I would put manuals together as practice. Eventually, they brought members of a squad known as the Stagehands. Well, what was left of them. Apparently, there was a lot of dissent about the war, so they would have this group stage attacks on their own people to keep them fighting. This is horrible, but I care more about my work and family. These men were highly skilled, and it would be a waste to not use them. Journal of Dr. Giulio Emeraro, April 14th, 1974. The storm hit my son's school. I left the facility, much to the protest of my fellows. My greatest fear was confirmed. My son had been the casualty of the storm. I will do everything in my power to make sure my son lives. Damn the rules. Journal of Dr. Giulio Emeraro, June 17th, 1983. I don't know what happened, but they are closing the facility down. There is something about an accident. Considering experiments going on around there, I'm guessing something got out. If you're reading this, Robert, know that I love you, and I regret not spending more time with you. Please forgive me.
Something had happened to my father. I don't know what, but it had to be whatever closed this facility down. I don't know how long I was asleep. I didn't know my next move. I didn't know my new body and the voices in my head. There was so much I had to figure out that I barely heard someone calling out.
Hello?
I followed the voice. I had to see who was still here.